Hey guys, this is Jared. I'm here to share with you a recap on my trades today, but also give you guys a little information on my week. So this week I only traded Wednesday through Friday. I had 5 winning trades, 4 losing trades, so not a great win percentage, but my winners, I let my winners run, cut my losers short, so my winners were so much bigger that this was actually a really good green week for me. That said, today was definitely my worst trading day of the 3 days. I was break even today, slightly negative, and not really proud of my trading at all, but I appreciate the transparency by Andrew and everyone else in the community, and so I wanted to share with you the good and the bad. So you're going to see some trades that didn't work out as well as I'd hoped today, but hopefully you guys still find them useful, and it helps me to go over them and talk about them. So I had 2 trades on SFIX today. They were my first 2 trades of the day. The first one's in the first 5 minutes, which I keep saying I do often. So I took it long here. What I saw was it started out, it broke through VWAP, tested the 50 MA, bounced off it really hard, got above VWAP and still looks strong. So it looks strong to me. So I took it long, hoping to get back to this 31 level up here. And when I trade in the first 5 minutes, I'll take half my normal share size, and I kind of treat it like a scalp, and that I'll have 1 entry ticket, 1 exit ticket. Now in this case, it did go in my favor immediately and looked nice and strong, and I had the opportunity. I could have partialed out here or even fully scaled out there and just taken a little bit of profit, but this time I didn't. I held tight and really thought it was going to get up here to 31. It didn't do it, so this strategy backfired against me, but I had a game plan and I stuck with it. Now my stop loss when I started was going to be a little below VWAP here. So, in my head I'm risking this much for this much gain. I like the way that looks. It never actually got, it never got there. It turned against me. Then right here, it actually broke through my stop loss, bounced back up, then started bouncing back down again. And that's why I stopped out here above VWAP. So that's a stop out. I'm actually okay with everything here. Again, I probably could have partialed out, taken some profit here, but I had a game plan, and this game plan often works for me. So even though this was a losing trade, it was a small, manageable loss, and I'm okay with this trade, even though it was a loser. My next trade on SFIX was a little bit later. So after this didn't pan out, SFIX busted through VWAP on this huge bearish candle. Then it also got through the 50 MA, headed downward. So now I'm just watching it, waiting for a good entry. It pulled back a little bit, started coming back down. I took it short here with a stop loss just above yesterday's high here. And this was going to be my first scale out, but I thought, if we have good momentum, maybe I can get down to yesterday's. I thought maybe we could get down here. Now on a Friday, who knows if that's realistic. Now if you look later in the day, it did ultimately get to this 29 and much, much lower, but not in the time scale I was looking at. So it might have been over ambitious, but my first scale out target was going to be this 29.50 level here. And I did give it too much room. This isn't a great risk reward, but because I thought I had more potential lower, I went for it. And it jumped up, it tested around my stop loss here, came back down, but this 29.60 was just offering up a lot of support. So I went ahead and took a scale out, 50% scale out here, put some profit in my pocket. Then it came back and it looked strong. It looked like this 29.60 was too much to handle. And right here, this is actually me trying to go all out of my remaining position at break even, but I had a hotkey error and I actually only scaled out another 50%. So I had 25% of my position still going. And by the time I was able to get out of that, I actually got out my last bit at a loss. So this is poor trade execution in several ways. One, bad risk management or bad risk reward. I needed a better entry, and on top of that, then this hotkey error. So this is actually a winning trade, but barely. This is basically a break-even trade. All right, now we're going to go over to AMD, where I'm going to share with you all 2 trades I'm really not happy with. So I was already watching AMD. I saw when things get around VWAP, I pay a lot of attention to them. So I started watching around here, but it took off without me pretty quickly. And then I was thinking red to green, but I don't really like to go long below a whole dollar mark when there's only this much upward potential beyond it. So if my profit target was here, and I'm near this $33 mark, I don't like to go long in these situations. So I think normally I would have resisted, but Andrew was in this trade and really thought it was going to go, and I mirror traded. The difference is Andrew had a much better entry, and that's the flaw with mirror trading. Mirror trading, you don't get the same entry. So this is a terrible decision, but I was already watching it and I talked myself into it. I went long, it turned against me, stopped myself out, but it bounced up off of this so quickly that I suckered myself into it again, did a little bit of revenge trading on top of my mirror trading here, stopped myself out again. So these are two just terrible trades. First time I've mirror traded in a long time, and I really regret it. All right, and my last trade of the day here is Roku. And Roku saved me from a bad day. So I was near my max loss. I wasn't at it, but I was close. So this was my last attempt here to get to a decent day or to break even, get out alive, and luckily it panned out for me. So I'm going to show you guys, this is the 5-minute chart because this really is what I was looking at. You see this big bearish candlestick, almost an engulfing crack. Now it ended up being an engulfing crack, but I got short before it made it to there. But it just looked really strong, busted through VWAP, and I thought, okay, this looks weak. So I took it short here with a stop loss just above the VWAP and 50 MA. So I'm taking this much risk, and my profit target is this 200 MA down here. So I really like my risk reward here, but my psychology was messed up. So this is a very stressful trade. I was very anxious. And it turned against me, but never got to my stop loss. VWAP held strong, so I stayed in it. And I took my first 50% partial here around this 5-minute candlestick low. And then when it busted through that, I went all out here. So this is a great trade for me. It was very positive. What I don't like, what's bad execution, is that I should have held out for this 200 MA. But again, my psychology was messed up at this point. I was very anxious, and you can see that with how quickly I exited. So that was my day. Again, this Roku trade saved my bad trading for the day, got me to break even, but not thrilled with my day, but thrilled with my week. So that's what I have to offer for you guys today. Thank you guys for listening. Any feedback is helpful. Hopefully these are useful, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the chat room on Monday.